Good morning. We will call to order the Committee on Natural Resources. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us this morning. This is the first hearing that the Energy Committee has had in 2016, and I think it's rather auspicious that today we're going to be conducting oversight to examine the near-term outlook for energy and commodity markets. I think everybody's interested in what you have to say, the predictions, the forecasts. Hopefully your crystal balls are clear and sharp this morning. It is an issue that is not only interesting, but clearly consequential in so many different ways as we look to the outlook for not only the energy, but the mineral markets as well. There are few commodities that are more foundational to the health of our economy than energy and minerals. Most Americans are certainly familiar with gasoline prices and their electricity bills, but I would submit that it's our responsibility as senators on this committee to do our best to understand the complex interplay of our nation's energy mix and the influences that drive key energy and resource indicators. Low oil prices, for example, lead to lower gasoline prices. Americans are certainly enjoying that. But what is the knock-on effect with respect to our natural gas prices? As fossil fuel prices fall, how does that affect the competitiveness for renewables as well as nuclear power? And also, what is the impact on jobs, on consumer spending, and so on? There's just so much that is, again, interrelated, and the complexities are such that we require experts to come and give us a little bit of a forecast as to how it all plays out. I am reminded, however, that as we see things like lower oil prices in the lower 48, they are not necessarily reflected evenly across the United States. I was home in Nome, Alaska, about 10 days or so ago. The prices up in Nome are in the mid-$5 range. Down in Unalakleet, where I was the following day, about $5.40 a gallon. They're looking with some envy at the fact that in the lower 48, we're looking at gas prices at the pump just about above $2. Sometimes things don't work to the benefit of all evenly, and I think that is something that we keep a particular eye on in Alaska. We did some good work on the committee here last year in 2015, and I think within the Senate itself, we saw the return of regular order in the Senate a little bit. In energy policy, we laid some foundations to modernize our strategic petroleum reserve. We lifted the ban on oil exports. And then more specific to where we are right now, we passed out on an 18-4 bipartisan vote the Energy Policy Modernization Act that moved out of this committee. I'm working to ensure that that bill gets to the floor, hopefully as soon as possible. And I think it is fitting, therefore, that we hold this hearing on the broad energy outlook shortly before the full Senate might turn to our broader energy bill. It's my hope that we'll gather critical current information this morning to inform our thinking before we head to the floor to debate S. 2012.